Heavenly Father, we come to you today with humble hearts, seeking your guidance and wisdom as we begin this program. Lord, we ask that you would bless every person who has gathered here today, and that you would be present with us in a special way. We pray that this program would be a time of learning, growth, and fellowship for all of us. Help us to listen to one another with open hearts and open minds, and to support one another as we strive to serve you in all that we do. Please give us the strength and the courage to follow your will and to use the gifts and talents you have given us to make a positive difference in the world. We pray all of this in your holy name. Amen.
Hello everyone! Magandang gabi po sa lahat ng ating mga participants na nandito ngayon sa ating Zoom conference, and of course, pati na rin sa ating mga participants na nasa Facebook live streaming namin tonight. So simultaneously, we are both live dito sa Zoom and Facebook page ng Scale Up Training and Development. Kahit saan kayo sa dalawang platforms na yan, mag-participate, it's okay because kung sino man ang nakapag-register at makapag-attendance later on, you will still receive your certificate, no? So kahit saan sa dalawang platforms, pwedeng-pwedeng mag-join sa ating learning activity this evening. Marami kasing mga concerns or nagtatanong na nanood lang sila through the Facebook Live tapos magtatanong if pwede pa rin ba silang makakuha ng certificate. The answer is yes. So that's why as early as now, sasagutin ko na yung tanong na yan para hindi na siya maitanong, no, sa aming social media accounts or later baka may magtanong about it here sa ating Zoom. So again, welcome to the last webinar for the month of April, offered to you by Scale Up Training and Development. Today is April 30. Tapos long weekend na, no? Kinabukasan, May 1. Tomorrow is holiday. So swerte yung mga employees na payday today, no? Kasi ma-enjoy talaga nila yung weekend nila. Meron kasing mga ibang organizations na iba yung schedule ng kanilang payday. So kung hindi 15 and 30, yung iba is 5 at saka 20th of the month, no? Depende sa organization. So but anyway, maraming salamat for investing your Thursday evening with us para sa ating para sa panibagong learning session under sa aming category na records management. So this is the fourth, no, ikaapat na webinar series under sa aming records management. And to give you a recap doon sa naunang tatlo, kasi ay sorry, hindi namin napalitan yung heading, no. Supposedly it's records management webinar series. So yung previously conducted records management related webinars namin. So yung 101, ito talaga yung pinaka foundational na webinar namin regarding records management. Pero baka yung iba sa inyo, no, kasi you can request, 'di ba? May mga intermission dito sa likod ko. May mga cats. So just to give you lang kumbaga parang kumbaga, doon sa aming mga previously conducted na mga webinars. Kasi etong records management, originally talaga, under siya sa administrative. So that's why yung aming administrative na 102, no? Parang as far as I can remember, it's 102 records management. This is or that is the same with our records management 101. So, kumbaga parang tinanggal namin siya doon, tapos nilagay namin dito kasi maraming upcoming webinars related to records management. So the 101 is all about records management, retention, and disposal. Tapos yung aming 102, this is all about developing records management policy and manual. The 103 is all about data migration strategies for records management. Kasi 'di ba, yung ating mga workplace ngayon, tech-driven na rin sila na kung saan wala tayong choice, no, para manatili ang pagkakaroon ng competitive advantage ng ating organization, kailangan talaga nating i-embrace ang changes na ibinigay sa atin ng ICT or Information and Communications Technology. Kaya from the manual, no, from the manual processes, from the manual procedures, from the manual systems na meron kayo in terms of records management, tina-transform na natin yan siya into digital. Kaya pasok doon yung data migration. Kasi from the traditional records, ilalagay na natin into digital records. Kaya if you are interested to learn about data migration, pwede ninyong balikan yung 103. And today, no, tonight, yung ating records management na webinar will focus naman on efficient data management and organized record keeping. So this is actually, kasi nga series siya, no? Yung ating 104, yung pag-uusapan natin tonight, this is also related to the 102, which is all about developing records management policy and manual. Kasi 'di ba, it is a must na sa isang organization, everyone aligned yung kanilang ginagawa on a day-to-day basis. Siyempre, hindi pwede magkanya-kanya, di ba, yung mga empleyado or staff personnel ng isang organization. So that's why dapat pare-pareho silang nasa parehong page. So that's why kailangan merong sinusunod na policies. Kailangan merong sinusunod na procedures. So that's why if you want your organization na magkaroon talaga ng efficient na data management na mga activities, at saka kung gusto talaga ng organization ninyo na magkaroon ng organized na record keeping, ang isa talaga sa pwede nating gawin is to create policies and procedures so that everyone gagawin or susundin kung ano yung approve, no, na kailangan gawin ng mga organization in the context of data management and record keeping. So yung ating mentor this evening will share more about this given topic. So if you want to watch the recorded sessions of the previously conducted webinars, all you need to do is just to visit our YouTube channel. The channel name is the same with our Facebook page, which is Scale Up Training and Development. So nandoon lahat, no, ng mga recorded webinars namin. And if you are interested to get a certificate after watching the recorded session, the link is nandito sa ating screen. So just visit that link, tapos dyan na lang kayong mag-request for a certificate doon sa aming mga self-paced na mga learning sessions. Okay, so yan yung ating records management. So for our basic na mga house rules na kailangan nating sundin, no? Para smooth sailing yung ating learning activity this evening. First, here on the list, you need to make sure na you are always on mute, no? Minsan kasi hindi natin namamalayan, baka accidentally, unintentionally, na unmute natin yung ating microphone. Kaya magugulat, no? Yung ating mentor, pati na rin yung mga co-participants niyo kapag biglang may nagsalita. And it will cause disruption sa work sa flow ng ating session kasi may interruption na mangyayari. Kaya you need to make sure na na vigilant kayo no sa pag-monitor ng inyong microphone. But of course, we are here as the facilitators na bantayan din no if merong biglang naka-turn on ng microphone. Use the chat responsibly. So para mas maging interactive yung ating session tonight, yung ating mentor kasi baka meron siyang itatanong no from the audience dito sa Zoom, you can always make use of the chat na meron tayo dito sa ating conference. So you need to participate no para mas engaging yung session natin tonight. Sa mga nanonood naman through the Facebook Live, hindi na kasi na mababantayan ng ating mentor kung meron kayong i-comment sa comment section. But we are here, no? Kami ang nagmo-monitor ng Facebook live streaming. Kaya pwede rin ninyong i-utilize ang comment section. Tapos kami na lang ang magre-relay sa ating mentor para ma-address din namin if you have concerns on your end dyan sa Facebook Live. Respect the speaker and participants. So if someone is speaking, and of course, 90% ng ating session tonight, si mentor yung magsasalita. Kaya we encourage everyone to give your full attention to our mentor. Avoid interrupting the speaker. Kasama na dyan yung sa microphone, di ba, no? Na kapag suddenly mati-turn on. If you want to say something, baka meron kayong additional insight na gustong i-share, tapos gusto nyong magsalita, you can always, pwede naman, pero i-raise lang muna ninyo yung inyong hand virtually, no, may icon naman dyan sa ating Zoom, then we will let you speak and we will let you or allow you to turn on your microphone. Stay present and engage. So the schedule is from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. yung ating session. 2 oras lang din naman ito. So we are also hoping na present kayo no until matapos. And you need to be present kasi nga tonight meron tayong attendance no that you need to fill out especially to those who paid for the certification. Keep your camera on. So this is optional but it depends on our mentor if i-request na kayo. So ano na lang din, sundin na lang din natin siya. Kasi by turning on your camera, no, mas magkakaroon ng connection si mentor no sa ating mga participants tonight. Okay, so mga basic house rules lang din naman yan. Hindi na yan bago sa atin, no? Every time that we are participating to a webinar, yan din naman halos yung kanilang mga house rules. So let's proceed by introducing our mentor and resource person for tonight. So our webinar again is the Records Management 104 series. And this is all about efficient data management and organized record keeping. Ang ating guide question na sasagutin natin for tonight's session, how to organize business information using best practices for efficiency, accuracy, and productivity. So yan yung ating guide question and the discussion will focus on answering that question. So it is my pleasure now to introduce our mentor for tonight. Our mentor is a passionate, no, and results driven na HR and learning and development professional with more than 5 years of experience in the field of human resource as well as in employee development. So meron talaga siyang strong background in terms of training design, no? In terms of training facilitation, in terms of training needs assessment, and anything that is related to employee engagement. Currently, she is working as the HR and administrative officer of First Pacific Nova Distributors Corporation located in Tacloban City, wherein as the HR and admin officer, she handles tasks related to recruitment, related to onboarding, relating to payroll, no? Sweldo pa naman yun, for sure, naging busy siya for the past days, no, for the payroll processing. So, yun yung kanyang current na working experience. She graduated as cum laude with a bachelor's degree in business administration, major in human resource development and management, and she is also pursuing as of the moment yung kanyang Juris Doctor program. So yung sa educational background ng ating mentor tonight, talagang meron siyang solid foundation when it comes to office practices as well as policies, no? Na na-mention na rin natin kanina. She is a certified HR associate, CHRA, and she is also a certified human resource professional, yung CHRP. So, ibig sabihin, meron talaga siyang commitment for continuous learning para mag-excel sa kanyang career as HR and administrative officer. So, without further ado, please help me welcome our mentor and our resource person for tonight, Mentor Gwyneth Bell Lesigues. Hello, Mentor. Good evening. Mentor Gwen, baka naka-mute pa yung microphone
Ah,
mo.
oh
I-unmute
yeah,
mo.
sorry.
Ayan. Okay,
Hello,
sige.
sorry. Take two, take two. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here despite na mga busy tayo sa work, no? We still find time to enrich our knowledge and to further excel sa ating workplace. So, medyo segue lang tayo a bit. Let's settle down if hindi pa tayo nakakapag relax dyan. And if we're on the road commuting, that's all right. But later, may activity kasi ako na that requires magsa-search tayo because we're gonna take a quiz for something. Hindi siya graded, ano naman kayo. Nagre-react agad kayo. Okay. Para lang ma-assess natin kung ano yung organization type natin. Later, we'll dive deeper on that. Before I start with my slides, no, I just want to thank Miss Piper for giving me the opportunity to impart through Scale Up and to bring my ideas to life and share them with you guys. Because I know na for many years ko nang ginagamit ang mga tools na to and baka makatulong to sa inyo naman in your workplace. So, I'm very excited because sabi nga ni Miss Piper, this is the last day of um, April and tomorrow, makikita na natin ang mga batang nakapila sa daan. Kasi Um, para makuha nila yung snacks nila, 'di ba? Kasi Santa Cruzan na tomorrow and Mayflower devotion. That is something that I um look forward to nung bata pa ako. Dahil sa snack. Aminin, aminin, hindi kayo aano doon, pipila doon kung hindi dahil sa snacks. Anyway, yun nga. I accepted this topic because human resources, we rely heavily on documentation. And I've had my trials and errors in the previous years. And I'm gonna tell you which tools work for me. So that magamit nyo naman din siya. I'm gonna share my slides now. Oh, wait. Yun na nga. Yung first slide ko, di ba? Nakakalimutan ko kasi sometimes to unmute. Sanay ako na nag-attend ako ng mga webinar. So, okay naman na. I think you hear me, no? Kasi inanuhan naman ako ni Miss Piper kanina. Ang signal naman siya na okay na yung audio. So, nakikita po ba yung slides? I'd like to know from the audience. Can you give me a hands up, a heart, or any cue na nakikita na? Okay. Thank you, Princess, and thank you, Miss Piper, for confirming. Ayun. Kasi baka naman ako magsalita-salita dito like my other webinar 5 days ago. Hindi pa pala yung slides ko. Ano ba yan? Anyway. So our topic for tonight is efficient data management and organized record keeping. I think you attended this webinar because you're in the office, maybe you're records personnel, or maybe you're an assistant to a person na maraming incoming and outgoing documents. Hopefully you'll gain 1 or 2 techniques here. So we're gonna answer the guide question using how to organize business information using best practices for efficiency, accuracy, and productivity. More on, yung dinidiscuss ko dito are the modern documents na, yung nasa computer na. But I'm gonna share din naman some experiences. Kung talagang traditional pa din yung office nyo, that's all right. But it's a benefit really to transition into the modern form of documentation. Kasi it's easier, more efficient, makes your life easier sa work. I'd like to thank you guys for giving your time to scale up and hear, because continuous improvement is the only way to stay ahead. I commend you people na palagi tayong nagsisik to learn and discover new things na matatry natin sa workplace natin. So can we test our Zoom buttons? Can you guys give me a heart react? Dito lang siya makikita sa reaction sa Zoom. May reactions dyan, yung my face. And then may heart siya dyan. Just to see if you guys can access the Zoom buttons. Okay. So I see some of you here giving the hearts. Thank you, Princess, again, for participating. You can use the chat box if ever may questions kayo all throughout. Can we test the chat box ninyo if it's working? I'm doing this because I want us to be engaged. Yon. Thank you, Miss Vivian. Thank you, Sir Francis. Kasi naisip ko, gusto kong magpalaro sa sa talks ko. Later, magpapalaro ako na may prize na GCash. Gusto nyo ba yon? Nanood lang kayo, tapos may chance na kayo magka-GCash, di ba? I'd like to know po kung kayo ba ay um, naka, naka-laptop po ba tayo or phone yung gamit natin? Because I need to know this para sa activity natin later. Para mag-guide ko kayo if ever nasa phone man kayo or nasa laptop. Okay. So I'm seeing here na si Sir Francis ay nasa phone niya. Phone ang gamit niya. Miss Rachel also, Miss Aizel. Sir JN. That's nice. May isa tayong naka-laptop so far. Okay, wait lang po. Okay. Sir Noel. Hi, Sir Noel. Maupay nga gabi. I remember you, sir, from our last webinar. So these are the contents of what we're gonna be talking about. We are gonna identify your organization styles. Ano to, sir? Maupay man, oo, sir. And then, we're gonna find a system you can adopt that works for you based on your organization style. And I'm gonna have my recommendations for the cloud. I proven and tested ko naman na mga cloud. These are online storages that you can access for free. Pero may paid version sila. And then, yun, magpapalaro tayo mamaya towards the end of the webinar. Wait lang. Kasi yung mouse ko hindi siya naka... Okay. So kayo, do you struggle in organizing? Kasi ako dati, especially when I was starting, sabi ko, it's so boring naman to organize. Bakit ba kailangan palagi tayo nag-organize? Alam mo, fresh from school, tapos nakakatamad yun pala. Yun yung primary task mo in a day. Kasi 'di ba kapag entry-level jobs, yun muna yung pinapahandle sa'yo. Hindi ka muna nakikipag-usap sa mga clients. Hindi ka muna pinapa-troubleshoot ng mga complex problems, mga ganun. So, sabi ko, ang boring naman ng life kung palagi lang tayong mag-organize, ganyan. But later on, na-appreciate ko na yung organizing nung marami akong files na hinahanap. Kasi, nung wala pa akong inadapt na organization routine ng records ko, ng files ko, ng documents, mahirap kalkalin yung mga records ng mga tao. On my case, yung mga 201 files nila. Kasi may mga 201 files dati dun sa office ko na parang 5 years na, inactive na pala yung mga tao na nandun sa 201 files. Tapos andun pa rin sila sa isang lalagyan. Hindi nakaseparate yung active employees sa inactive employees, mga ganun. So nahirapan ako. I know you have your own story too. That's why you're here. Sana lang naririnig ko yung mga stories nyo. Pero, let's move on. Kasi no, nung, nung first ko na mga trinay, dati, when I was trying to organize my records, parang yung mga nakikita ko sa YouTube, di ba? Pag hindi natin alam, ano yung ginagawa natin? Nasa-search tayo, how to organize. Tapos marami yung lumalabas doon na mga organization recommendations nila. Tapos hindi ko naman alam yung organization style ko noon. So kapag try ko yung sinuggest nila, later on after 3 days, hindi ko nagagawin kasi hindi siya natural sa akin. Alam mo yun? Kapag yung isang bagay ay parang nahihirapan ka tapos feeling mo hindi nagwo-work for you, wala, parang nagfe-fade na lang siya sa memory mo hangga't na nawawala na naman yung mga documents ko dati. Especially when I was starting out. So we have to identify our organization style first bago tayo mag-jump into something that we'll try. Kasi baka hindi siya akma sa atin. We have to measure yung organization style natin so that we can manage it. Because you cannot manage what you do not measure. Palagi ko yung saying. I want to introduce to you the Clutterbug Philosophy by Cassandra Arsen. Yung Clutterbug Philosophy talaga, these are for homes or houses na gusto ng mga owners nila ay maging organized yung homes nila. So, si Cassandra Arsen, ito yung business niya na to organize your home according to the type of organization style you have. Yun. Nga pala, I learned this nung I was watching High Potential. Yung babae na, ano siya, consultant detective. Siya yung nag-introduce sa akin ito. And it's really nice. Kahit pala nanonood-nood lang ako, I'm learning pa din pala, no? Through the movies and through the series. Nagbe-binge watch ako nung High Potential kasi gustong-gusto ko yun. Going back, 4 types of organizers. So, you might be a bee, a ladybug, a cricket, or a butterfly, according to Cassandra. So, let's see kung ano yung mga characteristics ng each clutterbug. If you're a bee, you love seeing several projects on your space simultaneously. You tend to hold on to stuff and believe na lahat ng mga bagay ay magagamit later on. May naaalala ba kayo? May naiisip pa kayong tao? This is very common sa Asian household kasi tayo, hindi natin gustong itapon ng mga bagay na pwede pang magamit mamaya. So, makikilala mo na B ang isang tao kapag may nakatago siyang lalagyan ng, for example, screws. Marami siyang screw. Kahit anong type ng screw. Kasi baka mamaya gamitin niya. Or baka next year magamit niya. Ganon. Hindi niya tinatapon. So, kumbaga, yung mga bees, nag-hoard sila. Maraming bagay yung ina-accumulate nila kasi hindi nila ma-let go. Tapos gusto nila na nakikita yung mga ginagawa nila on a daily basis na sabay-sabay. I remember yung boss ko na attorney, sinabi ng wife niya sa amin, grabe tong si Bong, sabi niya. Kasi lahat ng mga ginagawa niyang documents, dapat nakikita niya. Hindi ko nga alam kung paano niya nalolocate yung mga kailangan niya. So, ako rin hindi ko rin yun naiintindihan kung bakit parang makalat na actually siya. Makalat yung room. Pero alam niya kung saan hahanapin yung mga bagay na kailangan niya for that moment. Tapos sinasabi niya sa amin nung pinagligpit kami doon for a project na wag niyo lang galawin yung side na to kasi hindi ko malolocate. Hindi ko mahahanap kung ano yung mga gagamitin ko for later. So, yun, hindi lang namin ginalaw. Tsaka, it's amazing, no, na talagang nakikita niya yung mga gagamitin niya. Kahit na matagal na niyang hindi yung nakita na space. Dapat, pag pumunta siya sa room na yun, nakikita niya yung guitar. nakikita niya yung document, nakikita niya yung certificates, mga ganun. Tapos they are very visual. These are very visual kinds of organizers. So, gusto nila na, for example, ito, sa illustration natin, yung keys nakikita nila dapat. Tsaka yung mail nila. Pag, pag nakikita nila yun, may comfort sa kanila ba? Na, okay, keys, ganito. Okay, magbabasa pala ako ng mail ko ngayon. So, kasi may type of clutterbug na ayaw nila na pinapakita yung mga gamit. Later, ano natin, di-discover natin kung anong clutter bee yun. So, the next clutterbug is a ladybug. Ladybugs, ito yung mga type ng organizers na magandang tingnan yung space nila on the outside. Pero, pag buksan mo yung closet nila, dun pala lahat ng kalat. Alam mo yun, yung mga type of people na, okay na yung organizing nila or okay na yung, tawag niyan, yung cleaning. Yung pagligpit nila ng mga gamit nila, kung at first view, malinis. Pero, hindi mo pala alam na yung kalat ay nasa loob ng closet, nasa basement, para mga ganyan. Tinatago nila yung clutter nila. Pero yung main space nila ay clear. Yun yung ladybugs. Yung crickets naman, sila ay mga perfectionist. Yung mga kataga nila, kung hindi ko to malilinis lahat, kung hindi ko to ma-organize lahat, hindi ko na lang gagawin. All or nothing. Parang ganun sila. Na kailangan lahat to the minute of the details dapat ay nakaligpit. Yung mga taong to, usually we call them mga OC, mga obsessive compulsive people na kahit konting mancha lang sa sofa, for example, naiirita sila. Kailangan malinis talaga lahat. As in malinis. Meron na ba? Na-mention ko na ba yung clutterbug mo? May naano ka ba? May nanirelatan ka na ba? Yung last na clutterbug ay butterflies. They need to see and have a quick and easy access to things they love. So, functional yung ano nila, yung approach nila to storage or organizing. Kailangan nakikita nila yung mga bagay na gagamitin nila kasi may fear sila na makakalimutan nila yun. Makakalimutan nilang meron sila nung gamit na yun kapag hindi nila nakikita. Yun. So, yun yung apat. So, butterflies tend to be more visual. Kailangan nakikita yung mga gamit or yung mga, kung sa ating context, yung mga documents. Ang ladybug naman, yung main space nila ay clear, pero yung clutter nila ay nasa loob ng ibang kwarto or ng ibang compartments. Yung cricket naman, yun yung pinaka-organized, yung mga OC. So, ayaw nila na nakalabas yung mga gamit. Kailangan for them, very organized, very hidden sila. And bees naman, functional dapat functional organization style siya na dapat yung gagamitin niya, nakikita niya kasi baka makalimutan niya na meron siya nun. So, based sa mga sinabi ko, nahanap nyo ba kung anong clutterbug kayo? Ako, nung inano ko tong topic, hindi ko rin ma-pinpoint kasi Parang cricket ako, parang ladybug ako. Ladybug ka po ba, Miss Piper? Oo. So, for us to know, yung ano natin, um, clutterbug natin, let's do an activity. So, ito na yung activity na sinasabi ko. We can do this on our phones naman. We're gonna take the clutterbug quiz to know which clutterbug we are. So we're gonna go to clutterbug.me. Ita-type ko lang dito. Clutterbug.me. Pero naka-flash naman na siya. Tapos, gagawin ko din para sabay-sabay nating ma-figure out kung anong, ano natin, clutterbug. Kasi if we don't identify, we won't know kung anong system of organizing yung i-adapt natin. So, this is very important. Kaya nilagay ko siya dito. Hindi ko to ipapa-assignment sa inyo kasi I'm not that kind of person na sasabihin ko, after this webinar, let's find out, ganyan-ganyan. Andyan na ba kayo? Have you searched the clutterbug.me? Can I see hands up, ano ba yan? Thumbs up para sa mga andito na sa clutterbug.me? Okay, okay. Sige, Miss Rachel, ano mo na, i-take mo yung quiz. I-take natin lahat. So, i-take ko kasi para same tayo ng time. Para hindi kayo magmadali. Kasi hindi ko sure kung how many minutes ba yan. Parang 2 to 5 minutes, depending sa kung, okay, Sir Francis, depending kung mabilis kayong mag-decide kung saan kayo sa mga multiple choice questions nila. Okay. Free lang to ha, if ever nag-aalangan kayo na baka may bayad. Free lang yan. So, kung nandyan ka na, just take the Clutterbug quiz. Pwede ko kayang i-show dito, no? Pero malalaman nyo kung anong Clutterbug ako eh. Wag na lang. Tapos start the quiz. So, andito na ako sa wait, nawala. Okay. When I'm done using something, I usually put it. Okay, saan ba? So, pipili kayo. Then, next, you find your biggest clutter issue is A, B, C. Joke, walang A, B, C. Mga statement lang yung mga nandito. So, 'di ba, yung mga questions, naka-pattern siya kung mahilig ka bang magtago ng mga gamit or mahilig ka bang nakikita yung mga gamit mo. So, I think by 6:45, natapos na tayong lahat. So, let me know in the chat box kung anong clutterbug kayo kung may result na. But take your time if you're still answering. It's all right because minsan di mo rin alam kung asan ka dyan sa mga choices. Dito na ako sa part na your bedroom usually looks like. Yon. When it comes to cleaning your home, you generally ilang questions ba to? Parang mga 20 questions siya. Let us know, Miss Rachel and Sir Francis, kung anong clutterbug kayo. Kung may na. Dito na ako sa 36% na ako ng quiz. Dito na ako. 48%. Organizing systems that work best for 54. Your biggest organizing challenge is Sir Noel. Di ka ba ka-clutterbug? Naghimo ka ba ng activity? Grabe. Rinos si Sir Noel, no? Minanduhan. Talaga? Okay. That's really nice. I hope kayo din guys, you're done now with with answering. Kasi this is the heart of our um discussion. Because we have to know kung anong type anong ano tayo. Nakaon ka pa sir, sige nala. Alright. Sige, habang nag-a-answer pa lang, habang nag-a-answer kayo, I'm just gonna move on to the other slides. So, kung malaman na natin kung anong clutterbug tayo, malalaman na din natin kung ano dapat yung i-adapt natin na system sa pag-organize. That's very nice, Miss Aizel. Butterfly pala po kayo. So, may pagka-visual kayo na organizer. Kailangan po siguro nakikita nyo palagi yung pen nyo, nasa table. Ako actually, nung tinake ko to na quiz, oy, si Sir Francis IB. Yung tinake ko tong quiz, ladybug din po ako. Pareho tayo, Miss Piper. Kasi gusto ko, yung mga chord ko, mga ganyan, nandyan lang sa drawer ko. Ayokong nakikita sila sa sa main space ko, sa desk ko. Parang nababother ako. Okay lang sa akin kahit makalat yung yung drawer. Pero yung main space ko dapat clear. Ganun ako. Alright. So I'm gonna share with you my recommendations based on your organization style. So, if you are a B, I recommend you use project boxes. Sir Francis, gumamit tayo ng project boxes sa desk or sa desktop sa computer natin. Kasi gusto natin, 'di ba, na nakikita hindi pala ako B. Gusto mo na nakikita yung projects mo all at once. Yung mga things you're working on, gusto mong nakikita mo sila agad nang sabay-sabay. But it gets very confusing kung marami na masyado yung nasa desktop natin, no? So we just have to control it a bit na meron lang tayong designated project boxes or project folders na nasa desktop. Or if you're using the traditional na documentation, Uy, Miss Vivian, you're a cricket. OC to si Miss Vivian. Alam ko. Dapat wala talagang duming nakikita. Going back to being a B, visible dapat daw. Pero group yung projects mo, sir. Sir Francis. And recommendation is to have 3 active files at a time. So, hindi masyadong marami para may focus pa din. Kahit na nakikita mo lahat all at once, para may focus ka pa din. Alright. So, ganito yung generate ni ni AI. Kung kayo ay B, gaya ni Sir Julieto, oo nga. Gaya ni Sir Julieto na a bit of a perfectionist, ganito yung niya, yung recommended na setup. Yung project boxes, ito yung project A, project B, project C. So, ganito yung sinasabi ko kaninang folders sa desktop natin. So, kung makikita nyo, no, maraming notes, maraming files na nandito lang, at saka marami siyang tab. So, para controlled din yung focus natin, we have to limit it to 3. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na dapat 3 lang talaga. But that is the rule of thumb. Kung gusto nyo na more than that, wag lang sana masyadong marami para hindi tayo na o-overwhelm. Tsaka hindi natin din makalimutan. So, ganito yung akin. This is what I use for my emails. Kasi 'di ba yung bees, they want everything to be seen. So sa email natin, lahat nakikita mo by date chronologically yung emails. So for bees, para may groupings na mangyari, I recommend i-label nyo yung emails ninyo. Yung pag-label, andyan lang siya sa mail. This is Gmail, by the way. This screenshot is from Gmail. So, yung email nyo, i-click mo lang. And then, yung three, dots dito sa taas. I-click nyo lang siya, tapos, pipili kayo ng label. Yung mga label na to, kayo po yung gagawa niyan. So, kayo lang kung saan nyo ilalagay para naka-group po yung emails nyo. So, ito yung mga, mga labels ko. My company, A1 Training Bell, and CHRA, CHRP. Nung nag-aaral pa ako nito, wala pa akong certifications, kaya meron siyang mga ganitong label. I hope that you're using Gmail kasi mas effective and efficient ko talaga yung Gmail. Hindi ko naman next. Wait. Paano ba i-erase? Hindi ko alam. Yan kasi, nag-annotate pa ako tapos hindi ko alam kung paano tanggalin. Clear. Yan. Okay. Wait lang Nawawala yung ko. Yung control ko. Dito. Okay. So we're back. So if you're a ladybug, like I and Miss Piper, the recommendation is to use main folders. And to have a miscellaneous folder. Kasi ganun ako na when I'm working on projects, marami din akong iniisip na ibang bagay. Random thinker kasi ako, parang blurt of ideas pumapasok sa isip ko. Tapos yun din yung inaano ko, yung ina-execute ko. So kailangan meron akong miscellaneous kasi habang ginagawa ko, for example, yung report ko, gagawin ko din on the side yung pinapahanap na document ng isang employee namin. Parang ganun ako kasi mag-isip. I don't know about you, but for ladybugs, kung kayo ay ladybug na na-discover nyo na kayo ay ladybug, it's good to have a miscellaneous stash of your things or documents. Parang ganito. Parang may miscellaneous ka na folder. As you can see here, no, yung drawer niya, kung nakikita nyo, yung mga cord niya, yung charger, yung ibang mga documents ay nasa drawer. Kasi ganun yung organization style niya. So for crickets, For people na OC, kung may pagka-OC kayo, just settle with something na good enough. What do I mean by this? Kasi yung crickets, ito yung mga gusto nila lahat ay nakaayos. Na dapat lahat ay organized. Yung all or nothing, di ba kanina, na-remember nyo ba yun? So, dapat, meron lang tayong, okay na to, okay na to. Hindi ka na magiging so too perfect ba? Na kailangan talagang strictly, ito yung mangyayari na filing mo, na filing system mo, or yung naming system mo. So, you have to settle on kung what is good enough. Kasi para na-execute nyo ang organizing ng records. Kasi kung hindi tayo mag-set ng okay na threshold, malamang sa malamang hindi na lang natin gagawin. Kasi hindi perfect. Yun yung weakness kasi ng crickets. Para hindi kayo mag-procrastinate, you settle for something that is good enough for your documentation, record filing, and organizing. Parang ganito, maraming folders ang Cricut. Marami silang gustong gamitin. Maraming layers kung nakikita nyo. Bago sila makapunta sa main file nila. So it's best to know what is good enough para you take action on it. Hindi ka masastuck. Ganun. So for butterflies naman, sino yung butterfly dito? Si Miss Vivian? Hindi. Si Miss Aizel ay butterfly. So yung mga butterflies po, nakakatulong sa inyo sa documentation nyo or record keeping process kung color-coded po yung documents ninyo. What do I mean by this? Parang ganito. So, by far, nagamit ko po yung Trello na website. Colorful po siya. If ever you're working with Teams, Miss Aizel, I recommend you check out Trello if you're working with Teams. Well, I use Trello naman din on my own. Kasi marami siyang colors. Gusto ko din yung maraming colors. So, ganito yung ginawa ko sa, Google Drive. Kung nakikita nyo dito sa HR Practicals A1, pink po yung folder. So, this is available on Google Drive. Yung mga folders po ay pwede nating ma-customize by color. If ever po that's something that you're aiming for or that is the kind of strategy that will make you work more efficient, faster, and more fun, why not, di ba? Hopefully, sa mga diniscuss natin, na napag-isipan nyo na may mga bagay pala kayong ginagawa right now or currently na pwede namang baguhin based on your organization style. Kasi baka yung trinatry nating i-adapt na mga organization technique ay hindi pala para sa atin. Hindi pala para sa organization style mo. Oftentimes, kapag ganun nangyayari, hindi tayo nakakapag-organize ng tama or hindi talaga tayo nakakapag-organize ng documents or records at all. Kasi napapagod tayo. Kung tayo ay ladybug, tapos yung nakita nating video ay for a cricket na organization style, mahihirapan ka. At the end of the day, i-give up mo siya. Parang, ayoko na lang gawin to kasi na-overstimulate ka or na-overwhelm ka sa mo ng records. Hopefully, hindi tayo pareho kay Miming dito. na malalim yung inaano niya, yung sinisilip niya para lang makita niya yung file na kailangan niya for that day or for that project. I'd like to introduce or teach you a waray-waray word, tipiga. Tipiga. Sir Noel, you know this. Sana tapos ka nang kumain at masabayan nyo kami dito, sir. Nasabihin tong word. Tipiga, it means to organize or ayusin. How will my mom tell me na tipiga? Tipiga yung kwarto. Ayusin mo ang kwarto mo. Ganon. Tipiga. 'Di ba? Additional information. Para may ano kayo. May learnings kayo ng other dialects. I don't know sa Bisaya kung ano yung ano nila. Yung word nila for organize. If you know, let me know in the chat box. If you're Bisaya. Or if you speak another language, maybe we have Ilocanos here. Hiposa. Oo nga pala, no? Hiposa. Anong dialect po yan, Ma'am Aizel? Ang Hanipa. First time ko po. Okay. Bisaya din po pala yan. 'Di ba? We're learning every day. Kayo ba? Do you need to, have a bio break or skip na natin to ngayon? What do you think? If you want to skip, give me a thumbs up para mag-bio break tayo. But if you're okay pa naman, we can continue. So mag-bio break tayo? Silence means yes. Sige, mag-bio break muna po tayo. For 2 minutes. Continue ba, sir? Late mo nang sinabi. Charot. Continue. Sige. Sige, okay. Mamaya na lang daw mag-bio break. Tapos na daw kumain si Sir Noel. So magko-continue po tayo. Thank you so much for being participative dito sa ating webinar. I appreciate it kasi alam kong nakikinig kayo tapos may natututunan tayo in this webinar. So we're moving towards the end of the slides na. Maggi-game na tayo. Hindi na maya-maya. Consider using a cloud. So right now, are you using any online storage? Ano may ibang online? Yung alam ko lang kasi na ginagamit ko talaga ng efficient for my working style are Google Drive and Dropbox. I use them both. And I'll tell you kung ano yung strengths ng mga cloud na to. Google Drive. Kasi it's easy, no? And when you have a Gmail, meron ka ng agad? G Suite. Mga G Workspace, Google Workspace. G Drive sa work. G Drive lang po namin sa work. That's great. That's good to know, Miss Raxel. Raxel ba yung pagka-pronounce po? Okay. So, bakit ko kaya to inaral or bakit ko kaya ginamit yung mga Google Drive at saka Dropbox? Kasi, nung nasa office ako, nung nasa transport industry pa ako, yung mga computer namin, mga bago. Kasi lang naman kami, ilang staff lang naman kami, parang less than 5 po. Kanya-kanya may computer. Tapos, binilhan pa kami ng AVR, ng owner, kasi panay brand out dito sa Leyte, ewan ko ba. Ganon din ba yun sa inyo? Brand out ng brand out? So, marami na dun yung files sa desktop. Of course, kasi we're working on everyday, may mga inaano tayo, pre-na-process na documents, may mga sinesend sa atin, may mga we send out also documents, tapos meron dun mga pertinent documents ba na hindi pwede talagang mawala. Pero anong nangyari? Dahil sa kaka-brand out, hindi na gumana yung computer. Wala. Walang nagawa yung office mate ko kasi wala siyang cloud. Hindi naka-connect sa cloud yung ano niya, yung computer niya. Ano yung ginawa namin? So ginawa namin ulit lahat ng nasa ano niya, ng nasa computer niya. Parang start from scratch, everything. Tapos wala na yung mga screenshots kasi hindi mo naman yun ma-recover. Ano pa yung mga nandun ba? Mga contact numbers ng mga tao na nasa business, mga ganun, which is very sad and hopefully doesn't happen to you. But if in case hindi na gumana yung mga computers ninyo, may option na tayo to retrieve yung mga documents natin sa cloud using Google Drive or Dropbox. Yung Google Drive, meron naman na, sir. Meron naman ng Google Drive sina Sir Noel and Ma'am Raxel. But I'll just run through the features, the salient features of Google Drive. So it has 15 gig free storage and pwede kayong mag-upgrade 200 gigabytes and 2 terabytes. This is good to use when you are working with teams. Kung marami kayong nagko-collaborate, kasi pwede nyong i-edit ang isang document ng sabay-sabay. Okay. Oo. Tama si Sir Julieto ba to, sir? So, Sir Julieto, kasi may limit ang access. So, pwede mo siyang i-private yung document or share. Share mo kung kanino lang yung gusto mong maka-access nung document na yon. And yung Dropbox, 2 gig free storage at saka yung paid option niya kapag mag-upgrade tayo ng 2 terabytes. Yung maganda sa Dropbox, naka-smart sync siya. Na-appreciate ko tong Dropbox kasi naka naka-sync yung documents ko sa office. And every time may ilalagay ako na document doon, syempre automatically kasi naka-sync nga siya. Nag-update siya sa Dropbox sa aking desktop. And then wherever, like for example sa phone, mare-retrieve ko din. Mas handy ko kasi ang Dropbox kasi hindi mo na kailangang i-upload yung mga files mo. So ito, kino-compare ko na yung Google Drive and Dropbox. Yung Dropbox kasi, lahat ng folders mo sa computer mo, yun pa rin yung sequence niya or parang yun pa rin yung makikita mo. Sa desktop mo, yun pa rin makikita mo sa Dropbox. Unlike sa Google Drive, na kailangan mo siyang isa-isahin na mag-create ka ng folder, ilalagay mo dun yung mga files. May ano dito, makikita nyo. Screenshot ko yun. So, which to choose, depende kung ano yung pinagagamitan po ninyo. As I've said, when you're working with teams, so Google Drive is the key and it's free. For documents, spreadsheets, and basic storage. For Dropbox, yung mga large files. Kasi sa Google Drive, medyo matagal siyang mag-load. Yung mga large files. Videos, for example. Tsaka nakasynchronize, mabilis talaga ang synchronization, walang resistance, walang wasted time sa Dropbox. Kapag dinilit mo siya sa Dropbox mo, delete din sa lahat ng devices mo. Tapos kung mag-update ka din, update din sa lahat ng devices na may Dropbox. So, ito yung Google Drive. Hindi ko na siya i-discuss kasi alam naman na natin to. I just want to mention a few here na kapag sa Google Drive, shareable ang Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and other na mga Google. Sa Dropbox, ganito. Ito yung nakikita ko sa computer ko. Tsaka, kung i-access ko siya sa ibang unit or ibang computer, yun pa din yung sequence niya. Ganito. And I don't have to upload it one by one. Kasi kung magka-create ako ng folder, rekta na, meron na sa Dropbox. Hindi ko na siya i-create uli. Like, yung ginagawa natin kasi sa Google Drive, no, meron tayong mga files sa desktop. Tapos, we only choose kung ano yung ipupunta natin sa cloud, kung ano yung i-upload natin sa Google Drive. So, sa Dropbox, lahat ng files mo ay naka-backup. So, yun yung kagandahan ng Dropbox. So, practical tips in record keeping, we should properly name the documents according to your needs. So, the basics are, kung ano yung document, yung description niya, the name of person involved, kung may person na involved. Sa akin, kasi HR ako, kung sino ang employee. And then, the date. Kung when na-generate or minsan may mga date yung documents natin, so nilalagay lang siya dito. Pwede naman din, kung gusto nyong mauna yung name of person, pwede naman. Kayo naman ang gagamit niyan. Basta yung ano lang dito, yung tip lang dito is to name it appropriately according to your needs. Kasi minsan 'di ba kapag nagda-download tayo, hindi natin siya pinapangalanan ng kung ano talaga yung description. Ano yung ginagawa natin? Minsan kahit ano, kung ano lang yung mapindot natin dun sa dun sa keyboard. Yun na magiging pangalan ng file, 'di ba? Aminin, lalo na kapag nagmamadali tayo. Pero kapag ganyan kasi palagi yung approach natin towards documents, hindi siya nagiging searchable. So later on, hahanapin mo naman rin manually, which takes a lot of time, which is not efficient. In this day and age, dapat alam natin magpabilis ng mga gawain. So, for example, ganito, yung description, CHRP, yung name ko, person involved, at saka yung date, kung when yung date ng certificate. Kapag hindi lang ikaw ang gumagamit ng document, it's recommended na hindi kayo gumamit ng abbreviations or jargons. Like, kung ibang tao ang gagamit, pwede naman i-complete yung document description kung ano talaga siya. For example, itong CHRP, hindi mo siya gagamitin na ganyan. Ilalagay mo na Certified Human Resource Professional. Para, kapag isend mo siya, di mo na siya i-rename ulit. Alam na niya, gets na niya. For example, naka-leave ka. Ipapahanap mo sa office mate mo yung kailangan ni manager or ni supervisor. Hindi niya masa-search. Kasi hindi niya naman alam yung mga abbreviation. But it's good kung may mga jargons kayo sa office na alam nyo lahat. That's nice naman. For businesses, ilalagay natin, if you're working for multiple businesses, lalagay mo yung name of the business. In my case, FPNDC, that's my company. And kung anong description niya, BIR form, for example, 2316 transmittal. Tapos, kung kailan ko siya ginawa. Importanteng ilagay natin kung when ginawa kasi minsan nag-a-update tayo. So it's good to know na hindi to yung updated. Kasi yung date niya is 2024 pa. Alam kong may 2026 yan. So 'di ba? Kasi kung searchable na siya, kung marami yung mag-a-appear, yung FPND CBIR form, tapos hindi ka sure kung saan dyan. What if hindi tama yung ma-send mo na document? That would cause delay. It's not efficient. Kapag naman we're working on or building our layers, yung kanina na mga folders ba, it's a rule of thumb na 5 layers lamang. What do I mean? 5 clicks ba? For example, first click, kung ano yung main folder. Tapos, second click mo, 2026. Third click mo, kung anong project. Fourth click mo, kung anong department. Tapos, fifth click mo, sana yung file na kailangan mo. Kasi kung more than 5 clicks tayo na o-overwhelm po ang ating brain. Tapos, it's too deep na for other people. Then, depende naman yan kasi sa capacity mo. But, para hindi maubos yung energy mo agad, 5 clicks is the rule of thumb. So, I hope you got that. Kasi bukas, pag gumawa na kayo ng mga updated file, wala palang pasok bukas. Next week, sorry. Next week. Hindi na kayo mag-create ng maraming layers. Kasi masyadong yung brain natin. Nasa stress. So, yun na actually. We are gearing towards the next ng mga adlib ko na to. It's really good to have a reliable and accessible tawag niyan? System. Kasi magagamit natin anywhere. Itong inintroduce ko sa inyo na cloud so that even if you're not in the office, you can access the files. Kasi ako as an HR person, tumatawag yung mga tao sa akin kapag, for example, na-aksidente sila. Tapos kailangan nila yung PMRF nila, yung sa PhilHealth, kasi meron akong file nun. Kahit nasa bahay ako, ko sila, na-assist. Hindi ko ba sasabihin na, wala akong copy niyan. Kasi nandun lang yan sa office, nasa desktop ko lang. 'Di ba? Parang ganun. So, in emergency cases, it's very handy. It's very useful. Hinga lang po ako ng madaling-madali lang. So, ano yung mga naisip nyong gagawin on Monday or next week? You know, the most important part of a webinar, alam nyo ba? What is the most important part of the webinar? Is what you do after the webinar. So, I hope sa mga na-discuss natin ngayon, kahit isang action ay gawin mo next week sa office or sa bahay, pwede naman din kung may kayo, documents kayo sa bahay. Kasi when we're always inside our minds, the knowledge stays stagnant. So we're here, di ba, to enrich, to improve. So improvement should be translated to action. Hindi lang tayo absorb lang lahat dito, utak lang, di ba? Do you agree? Kasi dati, ako yun. Dati, wala, nakikinig lang ako palagi ng mga ng mga webinar. Kasi naaliw ako eh. Na-entertain ako. But my mentor said na you should take action towards your goals. Your actions are never neutral. It would either help you reach your goal or hold you back. So, ganun. I hope na you took the quiz, yung Clutterbug quiz, but if not, you can do it later naman sa bahay nyo. Clutterbug.me lang naman, hindi naman siya need i-memorize. And I hope na kahit pa kanina yung recommendations, kung for example nagustuhan nyo yung recommendation for cricket kahit ladybug kayo, itry nyo lang. Oo. Kasi iba-iba naman kasi tayo. We understand concepts differently. We adjust differently from each other. So may kanya-kanyang style tayo. We are very diverse. So, okay. Magkukonting plug lang ako sa mga speaking engagements ko. Actually, dito lang sa Scale Up naman din to. Which is, nandito rin to si Sir Noel. No, when I discuss about total quality management. If you happen to need this topic and you need a certificate for it, just visit Scale Up and they have a link there for you to get your certificate. Okay, next. So I have this free webinar. Parang last year ko ata to ginawa. And it's there for free. You can screenshot this slide if you want to visit it later. Tapos may free e-cert yan after. Even if you're not a human resource person, there are still concepts there that you might learn from. So, screenshot nyo na lang if ever. Thank you, sir. Opo, I try to be as informative as I can. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, screenshot. All right. And this is a special offer for those in the webinar right now. I'm offering a webinar for 50% off dito sa mga attendees kasi alam kong kayo ay mahilig mag-learn. Kayo yung mga tao na you need continuous improvement para nabubuhayan kayo. 'Di ba? If you are an HR professional or if you are a psych major maybe and you want to have your certification, I'm offering this especially for the Scale Up attendees right now. You have a code here, CHRP430, if you want to attend my webinar on how to get your CHRP. Yung CHRP ko kanina na title or yung certification ko, I'm teaching that on how you can achieve your CHRP. Hindi ka naman kailangang maging HR din. Like, you can be a supervisor, you can be a manager, or you can be, an entry-level employee. If you want to flaunt your license sa LinkedIn, this is a valid credential there. So, pwede nyo siyang i-add sa inyong LinkedIn. And it is an internationally recognized na certification. So if you want to avail the 50% off, this only runs until May 4, Monday. So if you want that, just send the code to A1 Training Bell Facebook page. So you can send a screenshot of this slide. Sige nga, screenshot nga. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just message there and may magre-reply yan sa inyo on how to attend that webinar happening on May 16 at 4 p.m. May 16. Okay, maglalaro na tayo. Eto na yun, guys. Are you still there? Can I get some thumbs up? 18 tayo dito. I'm sure andito pa si Sir Noel. Kasi kaano pa lang niya. Kako-comment pa lang niya. So, how to play this game? 'Di ba sa scale up meron diyang happening now? So, pupunta tayo sa happening now. Tapos, magko-comment tayo doon. Ko-comment tayo ng ano yung natutunan natin sa webinar. O, for example, natutunan ko na Ladybug ang organization style ko. Or kung ano yung gusto nyong i-comment. Yung fifth na mag-comment doon, yung fifth person na mag-comment doon, siya yung makakakuha ng 50 pesos GCash from me. Ako yung magsasend. Yung happening now natin na na records management, yung record keeping. Hindi tong sa example lang to na operations management. So, andyan na ba kayo sa Facebook? Check ko nga kung nag-like and follow kayo. Tsaka nag-comment. Sayang ang 50 pesos. Kung ako yan, dali-dali lang pinapagawa. Papatusin ko yan. Ako pa naman, palaban ako sa mga ganyan-ganyan. So, you go over to scale up. And, it's the third post, I think. Yeah, it's the third one. Happening now at scale up. Records Management 104. Sirs, first ka pa lang po na nag-comment. Magko-comment po ako para mapadali natin. Para maka-reach tayo ng 5 comments. Kung hindi to maka-reach ng 5, madi-default kay Sir CG. Sino ba yung CG? Nakita ko yun eh. Si Sir Julieto, kay Sir Julieto, madi-default sa kanya. Magta-timer lang ako ng 2 minutes para sa ibang gustong mag-join. Sayang naman. So I hope you've enjoyed. Later may Q&A pa tayo. Inano ko lang. Yeah, para may time na makapag-ask kayo about anything in our discussion. Kasi last time, parang naubos ko yun yung time eh. Hindi kayo nakapag-ask. So this time around, with this participative audience, I think, and I will appreciate questions. Daldal ako ng daldal, hindi pa ako nakapag-timer 2 minutes. Bali 1 minute na lang yun. Kukwento lang muna ako habang inaantay yung 1 minute. Ako, mahilig talaga ako sa webinars ni Miss Piper talaga. Dati pa, nung ano pa siya, KOM pa, Knights of Online Marketers pa yung brand niya, talagang inaabangan ko. Na-excite ako kapag may mga bago na naman siyang webinars. Palagi akong nag-a-attend. Parang 4 ata yun yung certificate ko sa kanya. Hindi pa yun scale up. And one day, nag-reach out lang ako that I want to be part of this activity na makakapag-share din ako ng mga nalalaman ko sa ibang tao. And true enough, they accepted me naman. And I got this opportunity to talk to you today. So 1 minute is up. Let's see kung may ibang nag-comment. Saan ba yung Facebook? So, ang ating winner ay... Ha! Fifth, di ba? Fifth. We're gonna count. We're gonna count from the bottom. Kasi siya yung first. So, yung first commenter ay si Sir CGCA. Si Sir... Ano ba yun, sir? Name nyo? Julieto. Second commenter ay si Sir Julieto pa rin. Siya pa din yung third. Ako yung fourth commenter. At ang nagwagi ay si Miss Eileen. Kasi siya yung fifth to comment. Oh, ha, walang daya-daya dito. Nakalagay na by siya, chronological siya. So, Miss Eileen, can you give me your GCash number para ma-send ko po sa inyo? Kasi baka makalimutan ko kung mamaya pa natin gawin ng transfer. Thank you so much, Sir Julieto. Ang nyo, participative. Sayang lang, sir, na hindi po ikaw yung fifth. Kasi yun yung mechanics natin. Sige. So, Ma'am Aizel. Opo. Sa chat box na lang po para ma-send ko sa inyo yung 50 pesos. Congratulations! Thank you so much for a very participative na session with you guys. I appreciate your time. So, to end strong, I want to introduce you again to this waray-waray word, which is padayon. Sige nga, sabihin nyo nga, padayon. Padayon means to keep going at magpatuloy. Yung translation niya, magpatuloy. Now, while we're waiting for Miss Eileen's GCash number, hala ka ma'am, kung hindi mo isend sa akin yung GCash number mo, magiging savings ko to. Ma'am, dito na lang po sa chat box.
Hello, ma'am. Hindi po kasi ako makapag-chat po dito sa chat box po.
Okay. So, i-PM nyo na lang po ako. Yung account ko na yan. Yung Wenet Bell. Para ma-send. Excited si Ma'am Eileen. Nag-follow up siya. Inano niya yung mic niya. Tinurn on niya.
Super need
Sige, ma'am,
kasi
isend mo.
may pang-load
Apo.
po.
Oo nga. Pang certificate na yan, di ba? Ay, 50 pesos yung certificate. Oh, free na sa'yo.
Yes po. Thank you po.
Sige, antayin ko po. Hindi, kailangan ma-send ko siya habang nandito pa tayo. So, we are opening our doors to our question and answer portion. If ever you have clarifications or if ever you have real life situations in the workplace in relation to records management, this is the right time to ask them. Sige, kung ano yung na-notes nyo kanina na nyo, ika-question nyo, go na yan. May share lang ako habang nag-aantay. Recently, I had a meeting with ano ba yung office na yun? Basta they're handling housing sa government. Tapos they were discussing about how to store confidential data. So, yung ideas ko, no, because I'm using itong mga cloud, sa kanila, sa government, handling confidential data, yung safest daw na way to store their data is through local network. local network. Kung kayo ay nag-handle ng confidential data na hindi pwedeng i-share or hindi nyo gustong ma-hack online, dapat daw ay naka-local network lang kayo. Yung mga nakikita nyo sa mga office, yung sa IT department na maraming mga box na nakastack, yung may light sa gilid, tapos maraming wires. Yun yung local network na. Yun yung local network. Tapos ma-access mo lang yun kapag andun ka sa office nyo. So very ano siya, very secure daw. Sabi ng IT doon. So kung kayo ay nagta-transition to documenting the modern way, tapos confidential information yung hawak nyo. So that was their recommendation. Nakatry din akong mag-handle ng local network. I mean, gumamit ng local network. Ma'am, nag-message ka na ba? Ma'am Eileen? Yun. Ano siya? Okay naman siya. Mabilis. Mabilis naman yung local network. Tapos ngayong, lately ko lang nalaman na yun pala yung parang best or safest option para hindi nahahack yung confidential information. Wala pa tayong questions. I'm just waiting for you, ha. I'm encouraging you all to ask kung meron man kayong questions in terms of records management. Sige. Habang nag-aantay ako, isesend ko yung GCash ni Ma'am Eileen. Tapos dapat mag-confirm siya habang nandito tayong lahat. Witness kayong lahat. Sige na, magtanong kayo. Huwag kayong mahiya. Or baka meron ditong gustong mag-share kung ano yung strategy nila ng records management sa office. Pwede din. Tadadan! Sir Noel, ikaw ba ay every time may webinar sa Scale Up, nag-a-attend ka ba? Like in a week, parang 3 beses, ganon? Sir Noel? Pero may ka ba aadi, sir? 82623. When you have free time. 82623. Review ko lang yung number. Baka hindi ma-receive. 09826. Ayun. Ayun na, Miss Eileen. Maya-maya ay ma-receive nyo na po ang iyong... yun. May question tayo. Yes, sir. Ma'am Eileen, okay na po ha. Na-send ko na siya. In our school, I am keeping the submitted files, hard copies of our teachers. And I am still proposing to our higher ups to start the paperless documentation. That's really nice. But I found out that the higher ups still want to maintain the hard copy submissions. My question is, why is it hard for the other institutions to implement the paperless submission or documentation and still choose to store hard copy files? That depends. Kasi depende din sa age group ng management ninyo? Kasi sa akin, no, I've had my fair share of being in an organization that is run by people in their 80s. So yung mga taong to ay they're very traditional and they really stick to what they know. And yung dinatnan nila ay mga files, physical files. So it's hard for them to adapt yung makabago kasi hindi sila familiar. So we always have resistance for change. Kapag when something is being changed, parang umaayaw tayo. That's my point of view, ha. But Sir Julieto, if I may recommend, you can start your record keeping na digital files. For me, no, when you're doing it and they see na more efficient siya, doon nila maa-appreciate yun. Instead of proposing to them, just do it. What I did sa aming physical files dati, we really scanned them one by one. Talagang meticulous siya at first. Kasi 'di ba, maraming nakatambak na mga files na dapat nating i-digitalize. But kapag nakapag-start naman na and you adapt it as routinal, it's easier later on. And the files will be very searchable, easier to search than the physical files themselves. Minsan kasi kailangan lang ng ibang client or stakeholder na makita yung evidence of that document kahit hindi yung physical file just to prove one or two things. Parang for example, if you're a school, when did Juan graduate? 2002 ba yun or 2005? Kasi gagamitin yung year na yun for another document, parang certification of units earned, ganyan. Yun lang po, yung suggestion ko is, you start doing it and you show them how easy it is for you handling the records na ganito yung ginagawa. But I hope that's okay sa inyong institution din. Kasi baka bawal sa policies nyo kailangan. Sa akin naman, no, if I may share, sa HR, I do keep both the physical file and the digital. Kasi yung digital ay very handy sa akin, di ba? As per my story earlier, if ever may mga emergencies, madali siyang kunin. Pero yung, for example, may mga violations ang mga tao namin, mga employees, kapag may cases ba, if ever meron, so far wala pa naman. Sa DOLE, for example, kailangan kasi yung physical file. Kailangan yung mga original na mga memos na ni-receive nila, ganyan. So maybe that's why the school still wants to maintain the physical files with you for those kinds of purposes, na for legal purposes. Hindi ko sure kung ino-audit ba yung mga schools for those kind of records. Baka din mayroon kayong audit na kailangan i-retain nyo yung files ng X plus number of years. Kaya ganyan. Kaya mini-maintain pa rin ang physical documentation. When you try to understand kung ano yung goal ng school, doon mo ma-appreciate kung bakit nila why they're holding on to traditional ways. Wala din naman tayong magagawa kung yun yung mandate ng kataas-taasan di ba? We're only employees. We are the ones executing kung ano yung gusto nila. Pero for you, if ever it would be easier for your work and it would make you faster in your work, show them. Show them kung paano napapadali. 'Di ba kapag may mga meeting kayo, sesegue ka lang na, ganito, I tried already yung mga ganito, and i-share mo lang naman. Tapos maybe, after several tries, you will prove your point naman to them. So anyone else? I hope Sir Julieto, I hope I'm saying your name right. Sir Julieto, I answered your question po. Those are my experiences and my purview on why other people are maintaining hard copies. Maano kasi, tawag niyan, matigas kasi talaga yung mga oldies. Hindi nila gusto ng ng mga kabaguhan. Na kung puwede naman pala kasi hindi nila alam, eh. Hindi siguro nila ginagamit. Maybe yung mga higher ups niyo ay nasa ganong age range. Any other questions from our audience? May mga nabasa ko sa Facebook, share ko lang, habang nag-aantay tayo sa ibang questions, na may mga teachers na nag-aano sila, gumagawa sila ng mga Google Forms. Hindi ko alam kung anong ini-input nila sa forms, pero may gano'n, may mga gumagawa. And then, ina-accept naman na ng management nila. Depende lang naman yan sa management ninyo. If ever open-minded or hindi, or if they want to try it or not. Pero Sir Julieto, I know na meron namang pinalabas na yung national government natin for move for digitalization. Multiple government agencies that I visited recently, this month and last, they are transitioning to digital documentation. Baka we have to give it some time lang din. Are there other questions from other participants? If there are none, can I request for a photo op? Can we share our beautiful faces and have a photo op for this session? Mga shy type to sila. Oh, dito na. Yay! Sige. Wait lang ah. Pwede po kayang, Miss Piper, pwede po ba kayo yung mag-screenshot?
Sure, sige. Ayan, so andito na ba ang lahat, no? So sa mga pwede pang mag-turn on ng kanilang camera for a photo opportunity with Mentor Gwen. Okay, sige. Mag-count ako ng 1 to 10, tapos mag-screenshot ay 1, 2, 3, 4, baka may pahabol pa dyan, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, sige. Everyone smile. Show me your sweetest smile in 1, 2, 3. Ayan, let me save this muna. Another one para back up tayo, do. Okay, again, in
Sige.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, smile. Ayan, so that's perfect. Thank you for your participation. Okay, so okay
Nag-enjoy
na si
ako, Miss
Mentor Gwen,
Piper,
no?
sa
Yes,
audience na
ako din
to. They're
actually.
very participative.
Yes, yes, nakita ko din nga. Kung pwede nga lang akong sumali doon sa pa-comment mo na on the fifth comment, inaabangan ko na
Ah,
yung ika-apat eh. Kasi sure ako
ah,
ready na yung
talaga?
ika-fifth comment
Oo.
ko, sana hindi. So, binigay ko na lang yun sa ating mga participants. Okay, so
Paano ba ako mag-stop
napaka-engaging ng
share?
ating session tonight. Ako mismo, no, I am seated here in front of the computer, and naka loudspeaker nga ako kanina, yung naka ano talaga, para even though I am walking, no, within the office, naririnig ko pa rin si Mentor Gwen, because additional insights din yon, no, yung sinishare niya na pwede kong mai-apply sa aming day-to-day na mga operations din. So, with that, no,
Opo.
bago tayo mag-end ng ating session tonight, let me have your attendance first. So, bali nakikita nyo naman naka-flash on the screen, kasi majority of you using naman their cell phone, kaya pwede ninyong ano na yan, scan, tapos you will be redirected to the Google form for your attendance. Also, ano din, ika-copy and paste ko din siya dito sa chat box, no? Kasi minsan, the QR code, yung iba, nakaka-experience sila ng error or hindi ma-scan. So, backup din natin, meron na tayong provided na link sa chat box na kung saan you can also make use of that, no? If mas madali sa inyo yung pag-click ng ating Google Form link for the attendance tonight. Okay, so since may link naman din, and while you are having the attendance, no, I will move the screen to our May webinars, no? So meron na naman tayong a total of 8 webinars for the month of May. Available na rin yung ating registration forms para sa mga learning activities na ito. Meron lang palang changes dito na hindi namin na-update, no. Etong Leadership 106, May 11 na kasi ito siya. So the mentor sa leadership, meron kasi siyang commitment na mas importante, no. Even mas nauna kami, but I understand mas importante 'yon, because it's related to his organization. Tapos meron kasi siyang position doon, so I agreed na lang sa kanyang request to move it ng May 11, which is Monday. Tapos 7 to 9 p.m. because since Monday, working din kasi siya, kaya medyo alanganin yung 6 p.m. bago siya makauwi. Kaya yung schedule niya is always 7 to 9 p.m. yan. So marketing, leadership, education, meron tayong professional development, operations management, human resource, administrative, and business development. So makikita nyo ulit si Mentor Gwen, no, next month. So just follow our Facebook page para you will be updated, no, with our learning activities na ino-offer sa mga interested individuals sa specific topic na yan. So with that, maraming salamat ulit, especially to our mentor for sharing her independent insights, including her personal experiences pagdating sa ating topic this evening, which is all about efficient data management and organized record keeping. Ako, no, as the facilitator, nag-enjoy ako doon sa ating pa-quiz earlier, no. I'm a ladybug. Actually, habang nag-explain pa lang siya before the quiz, na identify ko na kaagad, no, Kasi clear yung pagkaka-describe ni Mentor Gwen kanina nung apat, no, na classification daw um, ng isang individual, no. So sabi ko parang ladybug ako, and then when I took the test, the quiz, o di ba na-prove na talaga ladybug. Alam mo yung parang malinis yung working station, pero pag open mo ng drawer, talagang ang gulo-gulo. Or may mga moments din na um, magulo yung table, tapos may ina-expect ka na darating sa office mo, kaya lahat ng kalat, ipinasok mo na lang, no, it's either sa cellophane ba, tapos siniksik mo na lang sa loob ng drawer. So parang parang ganun ata ako. But anyway, maraming maraming salamat. I also learned a lot. Of course, sa ating mga participants, no, thank you very much for joining this evening. My last instruction is in regards to your certificate. So, hindi na namin ma-process yan siya tonight. So, please, ano na lang, bear with us. I-expect na lang ninyo ang inyong certificate na marireceive tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Yan kasi yung office hours ng Scale Up. Kasi nga ang mga webinars namin are scheduled 6 to 8. Kaya ang office hours talaga namin is 1 p.m. at hindi yung traditional na 8 to 5. So from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. tomorrow, no? Para hindi na kayo sige follow up sa Facebook page namin. So i-email na lang namin 'yan use with the email address na ginamit nyo sa attendance pati doon sa registration form. Okay? So, tomorrow na lang yung certificates ninyo. So, I am also encouraging you to follow our Facebook page kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-follow. And of course, I am also encouraging you to support the upcoming webinar of Mentor Gwen. No? So, independently, she is also conducting webinars. Pwede rin niyo siyang i-follow. Mga webinars related to HR, admin, administrative. But of course, abangan nyo rin siya sa mga future sessions niya dito sa Scale Up Training and Development. Actually, to be honest, no, si Mentor Gwen ang pinakamalayo naming mentor because geographically we are based here in Davao City, and like 90% of our mentors are also based here, no? Kaya siya yung unang outside of Mindanao, no, from Tacloban City. So that's it, guys. Maraming maraming salamat for joining us tonight, and see you again on our next learning session. So this is Piper, your host, saying goodbye. Keep safe always. You can still be productive for the rest of the evening. Always remember, we are your scale up partner. Bye, everyone. Goodbye, mentor.